definition of insanity is. Insanity is doing the exact same fucking thing over and over again, expecting shit to change. That is crazy.
See, think about our loved ones, right? Our fucking loved ones! They come and they blindside you every fucking time. So they say to me, they say, Vaas, who the fuck is it going to be? Them or me? Me or them?
It's okay. It's like water under the bridge. Did I ever tell you the definition of insanity? Hey, Jason.
Hello everybody and welcome to Vaas's DLC. Last time we did Joseph Seed's DLC for Far Cry 5, but today we're heading to Far Cry 3 for Vaas. But first, there's a couple of things we should dive into before talking about this DLC. So let's talk about Far Cry 3. Far Cry 3 takes place on a fictional island called Rook Islands. The game starts with our main character Jason Brody skydiving out of the air with his brother, but then he gets captured by the villain Vaas. His friends are also captured, but they're all around the island, so Jason has to go look for them. But while Jason is looking for his friends, he meets an important character that will be very present in this DLC, Citra, Vaas' sister. In Joseph Seed's DLC, the voice in his head was God, but in this one, it's Citra, and Citra appears everywhere, and she haunts Vaas. Well, you might be asking yourself, why would Vaas be haunted by her own sister? Well, Vaas was in love with her sister at some point.
Oh, hell no!
And I wish I could try to sugarcoat that in any possible way by saying these characters are not related, but they are indeed related. And there's even a cutscene towards the end of the game that shows this weird and odd relationship these characters have.
Honey, I'm home. You know, the sun was particularly glorious today.
Stay.
You find them beautiful?
Vaas.
Not you. You. It's a yes or no question. Usually when I'm in my house, when I ask somebody a question, I expect them to answer me.
I don't know who the fuck you think you
I don't
are.
know either. I'm gonna play a little game with you, okay? Now don't move. Okay? Don't you move now. I've done this before, okay? Don't you move. Stay where you are. Stay where you are. I told him not to move. I was only gonna graze his ear.
Always putting on a show, aren't you?
Lay on the bed.
Oh, you find me beautiful?
Do you think I'm scared of you? You think I'm fucking scared
Do
of you?
it, Vaas.
I'll fucking do it right now.
Oh, let's see.
Stop tempting me!
Oh, do it, Vaas.
Stop
Let's
it!
do it. Oh, I dare you to do it.
Is that what you
do
want?
it. Yes.
Now that we kind of understand their strange relationship just a tad bit more, we're going to talk about why Vaas despises his sister. So as you may know, in Far Cry 3, Jason tries to get a knife for Citra, and in one of the endings you do a ritual thing where you impregnate Citra and Citra stabs you, and their baby becomes the new Rat Cat warrior. Well, the same thing was going to happen to Vaas, and he was building up to become that warrior. But he didn't know he was going to be killed, and when he figured that out, it broke him, and it made him feel betrayed by his own sister. So that's why he left for Hoyat to escape with drugs and money and fighting. And that is why they separated. He wanted to separate from those religions and those beliefs because he thought that was absolutely insane. And to be honest, it kind of is.
Are you even listening?
Giants in the pond, the warrior fucks him up. I get it.
You don't even care, do you? This is our history, our birthright.
Citra, who wrote that legend, huh? Is she a prophet? No, I'm serious. Is she a goddess? Do you have a telephone number I can call her and ask her about the fine print? Citra, come on. Hey, look at me. Hey, you are waiting for what? Huh? For the next generation to come and save you? Well, we're right fucking here. And we have more than hey, we have more than legends and knives. We have each other. Forget everything they tell you, everything they teach you. What do you believe?
I believe in strength, duty, purpose, not settling for weak men.
Vaas really loved his sister, and he wanted to settle with her and stray away from this religion. But Citra never loved Vaas. Citra just wanted to use Vaas as her warrior. But Citra knew that Vaas loved her, and she used this to take control of him, using him to kill people and become her warrior. And her telling Vaas that she didn't want to settle with him broke him as well. And there's a cutscene that shows Vaas being so broken and almost taking his own life.
There was a time I would do anything for my sister. I mean, without family, what the fuck are we? Family is the trunk, and we're but the limbs. You slice off the stump, you choke up the gains.
Vaas, my warrior.
First time I ever killed was for my sister.
Pull the trigger, Vaas. Do it for me. Oh, sad little boy. Always so disobedient. You were never what I needed, what I wanted.
As you may know, this DLC takes place after Jason kills Vaas in Far Cry 3. But did you know there's a secret cutscene that shows that Vaas is still alive somewhere in Far Cry 6?
You know, if death ever came for me, I think I would grab it by the throat and I would kill it. You would kill death? Huh. Yeah. And then I would have a conversation with God. But what would you say to God, huh? I would have a cold beer with God on a sunny beach. But what would you say to God, huh? I would say, God, lean back. You're blocking the sunlight. That is really, really funny, huh? I love you, little buddy. You know, you and I, we're gonna do some big things together. Us? Yes? I love you more.
In an interview with Michael Mando, the actor for Vaas, he believes that the character is still alive.
So he is alive, right? Have we got that straight? Vaas is alive now?
I believe he is, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think... I mean, from my understanding of it...
Yeah.
I
It was
think
a
he is, especially
hallucination.
after-
Yeah.
Well, it's like when you're so infused in your mind and you've got so much psychedelics and you got so much drugs and concepts, it's really hard to tell, you know, to have a kind of linear sense of anything that's real.
And I'll put that video in the description, and if I remember, there will be a tag right now. But to think that Vaas could come back in these Far Cry games is pretty interesting. But Michael Mando's theory, well, what he thinks, isn't entirely meaning it's going to happen. But he does have a lot of influence on Vaas, and he basically created the character. So, I don't know, his decision could mean that he comes back or not. It kind of depends on Ubisoft, but I don't know, I have a big, strong feeling that Vaas would show up in another project. There's a part in this story that was really interesting to see, but very confusing to me, and it was when Joseph Seed showed up. He showed up on a television screen in a cutscene, and I'll play it now.
Tell me, why do we do the same
No, he
thing
didn't.
over and over, thinking the result will suddenly be different? That, my children, is the very definition of insanity.
Copycat motherfuckers.
Today, my children, we will send our missionaries to every corner of God's great and wonderful world. We will find those
What kind of God needs money, huh?
darkness and show them the light of our...
Hey, wake up. Shoot me. I want to see if I can dodge the bullet. Wake up. Please.
I never really understood this cutscene well, because I just don't understand how Joseph Seed would even copy Vaas's definition of insanity quote, and I have no idea how these characters would know each other at all or even correlate together, but it's a very interesting cutscene, and if anyone has any theories or knows anything more about this cutscene, let me know. But something else I found pretty interesting is that the dude on the couch also shows up in a later cutscene, and I'll play that now.
Graham, take a video of the skydiving king, baby! Jay! Bro, try to stay with the crew!
What are we?
Shh. You hear that? That's the sound of privilege. Look.
Ah, Dad's gonna kill us when he sees this!
Guess that makes me their daddy.
And what's that make me?
You are the fat, ugly aunt, but you bake wonderful cookies. Children love you. Come on!
But let's start talking about the DLC itself. Gameplay is basically the same as the Joseph Seed one, and probably will also be the same as the Pagan Min one, where you run around finding armory challenges, and purchasing weapons, killing enemies for cash, and killing enemies for hearts, which are skills. So it's basically all the same, and even the weapons are the same, they're just different types of weapons. For instance, this is what the Joseph Seed grenade launcher looks like, and this is what the Vaas grenade launcher looks like. It's the same weapon, but they're like different types of variations of those weapons. And these weapons consist of the pistol, auto pistol, SMG, assault rifle, sniper rifle, bow, grenade launcher, shotgun, and LMG. Something to definitely admire about this map is how chaotic it feels, and that is perfect for Vaas. There are so many little details about the map that are just insane, like flying sharks in the air, to spawning next to a giant volcano, to having an entire mountain be in the shape of Citra, kinda like in the movie Moana, and having her neck split and having a blood waterfall, even making the water red and the rain red. All the water is just blood and it's chaotic. And you also have hands coming out when you're trying to go up that mountain. It is so crazy. And one of my favorite details about this map is the Vaas head sticking out of the ground, making a reference to the cover art of the game. But other than all these crazy features, it doesn't really feel too familiar to Far Cry 3. As Far Cry 5's map, it felt super familiar to Montana. But this felt more like a crazed fever dream, and to be honest, I like this. This is good, and I highly recommend getting this DLC if you've finished and played Far Cry 3. And if you played any of the other games, like 5 and 4, definitely get the DLCs for those too, because these DLCs really open up a whole new world for these characters, and you really get to understand them a lot more, because they don't really tell you much in the normal games. They usually focus on the battle and the other characters and the conflicts, but you don't get to really know the villain, and this is why these DLCs are super amazing and important. And all I can think about is how amazing Pagan Min's will be, and I can't wait to make a video on that next. So if you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, and if you want to see a video just like this, watch the Joseph Seed one, and wait for the Pagan Mint one on Far Cry 4. I've been King Etcha, and I hope you all enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Let's go to the beach. Let's go swimming.